Greetings, blessings, salutations. Once again, welcome back to Chats with Jack. I am Jack Talcott, here to share some Friday afternoon encouragement, inspiration, open the panel up for a little fellowship. I have dropped the link. It's pinned to the top of the chat. And for those who wish to join, please do. I'll bring people up after a few moments, like normal. And I seriously, the gratitude I feel from you, from many of you, it just truly it makes my day, man. Life is good. I feel good, and it's Friday, and good things always happen to me, for me, and those around me, man. Amen. Moose, thank you, brother. Smith, thank you. Talcott Express, always thank you. God bless you. Regina Smith, amen. Your light, your energy, many of you guys that I don't know you. I know only I only know a name. Some people are kind of corny in their names, right? In these characters. But there's a family in my mind. There's a community of amazing, wonderful people like Jesse from the Missing Link. And I share this. It brings me joy. And so today, brothers and sisters, the topic that is the topic is how grateful I am to share. I really am. Hey, amen. Let's just love and be nice to everyone. What? No way, dude. What a concept that could be. Could we really do something like that? Like just be cool to one another, just for a day. Oh man. I imagine that quite a bit, honestly, to be transparent. I do spend time in that imagined experience, right? When I started learning the work of like Neville Goddard and started better understanding a lot of the philosophies regarding mind and spirit, the power of prayer, intentions, it's all tied together. As I started understanding consciousness and the unity of us all, man, every chance I get, every chance I remember, with whatever I'm doing when it's appropriate, I spend time imagining a world of peace where all the wars have ended, right? Where the corruption in our governments and our corporations has been overcome and everyone's working together to clean up the messes and to help bring forth the new ways of living, to bring forth the new future together. Man, I spend quite a bit of time to myself. That's what this life has brought me, is much time to myself, with myself, as myself, and for myself. Because the world became quite resistant to me for some reason. It's been a peculiar story, but not going to get into that. Not at this point. Regina, please welcome it. And we do have some guests already here in the panel, patiently waiting. And I will bring them up. And you're right, you guys don't know me. And I didn't know me before, but who I am is I'm just like you. I'm just in a different place in my life, but I'm just like you. And so the idea is we all get to discern who we are. Something I was reminded of recently. I am as you say I am. There's many who believe me to be angry and dangerous, but they actually keep me completely out of their lives. So the topic today is really gratitude. What can we become grateful to share, right? Learning how to live our best life as ourselves, how to become the best that we are. And I got a bunch of notes, but there's people here already who have been patiently waiting. I'm going to bring them all up at once. Welcome to the panel, brothers Moose, Christ is King, and Illumitami. Good to see you all, brothers.
Howdy. Go ahead, Smith. You said you're going to be quick. I've had a lot of panels wasting my time recently, so I can appreciate if you want to say your piece.
No pressure on anyone. I mean, you guys are welcome. And
I'm definitely going to put
I
your
wasn't
pressure
trying
on
to talk
me.
over anyone. I want to be real quick. I want to say
We lose them?
did you break? Something happened to your audio, brother. Smith. And he's gone. Well, if maybe it was a connection. Welcome, Jesse. Good to see you too, brother. You're traveling. Hey, you asked a question though. I am finding more peace as those who disagree with me and have conflicts with me as they're farther away, I find more peace. You're muted, brother.
hello.
I don't know what's going on, Jesse.
I'm still in the show. Can anyone hear me?
Yeah.
Now we can. Smith, Jesse, your audio is still out.
And I would
You can hear me though?
Moose once again evaded from the fiery eyes of truth, which he's been doing a lot.
Well, I don't know.
I do.
Christ is King. Now we can hear your audio. Please go ahead.
Okay, if I could just finish real quick, I was trying to say, Jack, you looked dapper last night, and I just want to say there was the question asked last night on panel, why are we here? Nobody can agree on anything. I think the one thing anybody can agree on is that people matter, relationships matter, and that's why people do these panels, is that relationships with people matter. We don't have to see eye to eye on every subject. People need people. And I wanted to share that last night. I should have jumped on panel last night. I don't know why I hopped back on the wagon today and I've drank a half a fifth in less than an hour. I shouldn't have, but I wanted to give a positive message that people do matter and we don't have to agree on every little thing. People can be pro this and against that, and that's cool. But people matter, relationships matter, and that's how we get through this.
Agent Smith.
Here, I'm gonna, hey brother, thank you for what you offered. Thank you for your honest admission. You matter. Okay. You came up here and offered those words. Well, I want you to recognize this truth. Okay. I'm coming from a place of love. You came up here to offer those words to remind the world, because that is exactly what you are feeling within. That's what you're feeling you're lacking. So, brother, you matter. You are making a difference in this world, and your friggin' drinking is not helping. You know that. All right? Thank you. You matter. You have my number, and I wish you'd use it. Okay?
Take care, guys.
Much love. Thank you, my friend.
Well, is Smith still here?
No, he stepped out.
Well, good. Then, like your pre-daddy, you have once again kept communication, positive communication. You have disrupted like so many panels in this panel verse.
Okay.
I was trying to back the dude's point, and because your feelings said my voice was doing a thing, you booted me out. Just like at POS Flow State did
Tommy.
last night.
What did you want to
Hey,
share?
I
Oh.
got no words for a guy that has me muted on all his channels, Moose. You can kick rocks.
Sorry, I'll
Hey.
fix that, Tommy.
No,
But I
you
just
had the
wanted to
chance.
say,
Now
I just
fix
want to say
yourself.
one thing to you, Tommy. You're loved, all right? You're loved, brother. Like there's no reason
Yeah,
to be
by my
hostile here.
Father in heaven. I'm not
you,
loved
Moose.
by anybody on this panel verse, and I.
Tommy, that's not true. You are loved. You're very cared for by me, by many of us, but holy cows, you make it challenging sometimes, brother. I wanted to comment, that looks beautiful, Moose. Looks fucking beautiful.
That's where we get to stay for the next 2 weeks while we wait for our other place.
So this is what's wrong with you guys. If what you guys do for me, and I'm saying all these hosts in this panel verse, if the way you guys react to me is what you consider love, consider me a future mass bang bang. If that was really me believing you love me, I would turn into a mass bang bang because you guys are psycho.
Tom, that's not true.
Okay, last night, how long did you watch Flow State after you left?
I don't
Yeah,
remember.
you better run, Jesse, because this is coming for you too.
I don't remember.
Tommy, what is your issue with these people?
Moose,
They're not coming after you.
How about you zip your mouth and you'll learn the answer to your question?
No.
And J-Hub, I see in the chat, bro. I'm gonna make a funny video that I don't want you to be offended by. It's just that time that you said to Jack, "Hold on, I gotta get my kids out of the room." You've turned the camera off, and there's just like sounds of chaos and war and people screaming. It's gonna be funny. It's gonna be fun. And then when you turn the camera back on, your couch is gonna be on fire. The TV's gonna be broken. And shit like that.
You are just fascinating, dude.
Quit saying that, because when you say fascinating,
He's very
that's like
interesting.
That's like when Christians say, "I'll pray for you." It's like you're calling us assholes.
Tom, I will pray for you as well.
Oh my God!
I have prayed for you,
assholed me.
Tommy. I have prayed for you. And I
Okay,
want to say that
Moose,
I recognize that you
buddy,
pointed something out, Tommy.
Moose, honey,
you pointed something
slugger,
out earlier.
Moose,
and I was very proud of you.
Moose, you have
But
the credibility
you
of
can't
a
even take a
5-year-old
compliment.
child with me.
It's
Tom,
not true.
Allow him to offer his compliment for you.
We're two men that will do that between ourselves, and I say he gets none. Well, yeah, I know he's laughing because I called him a man. I did overspeak.
Tom, I'm laughing at your.
I have yet to get my fucking point out. Why don't you handle your panel and tell me when it's my turn to discuss?
Holy cows. Love you, brother. Please share as you feel.
Did you say me?
Please.
Come on, dude.
No, I couldn't hear him. Everybody was just sitting here.
No, you're right. I didn't address it. But Tom, I think I made an assumption that the others and myself are patient. So please speak as you will. Let's
patient, maybe gullible with Moose. Like just the fact that nobody is keeping Moose to his fucking. Like his feet need to be in the fire. He's always going to be Moose.
Let's come into the present and allow people to be as they are, not as you believe. Moose.
That's shit you need to tell yourself,
Tom. You think I have not? I allow people to be as they are, not as I believe.
Man, I'm gonna get you out of these word games. I hear you, Smith. I see you in the chat, Smith.
Are you trying to save Jack? Is that what you're here for, to save him?
Moose, why don't you save or salvage what's left of any possible respect people could have for you? like when you rip off both Pepe the Frog, who the artist who you are cackling like a bitch. When you rip off Pepe the Frog, that guy was already ripped off when the meme was created. His art was already stolen.
That's not Pepe
the
Frog, it's Apu. If you look it up, it's Apu.
And that shows your lack of lore and history of what you're doing. And when you rip off Banksy, you slap Banksy in the face. He's 10 times a man compared to you. He has meaning and value.
Tommy,
Yeah,
you're like
you're not laughing it up now, are you?
you're like a television show that we didn't like figure out we were
Don't
watching.
talk we. Nobody is spoke for you. You have no idea how you're seen in these streets.
It's kind of describing the moment we're sharing here right now. It's an entertaining show. It's quite puzzling, but very lovable. This main character of the Illuminati show.
I'm
he
not
is
a fucking character.
You are, dude. You
Yeah,
are.
man.
Well,
He's very
come to
lovable.
Denver and say that
I
shit.
do
And
like
I'll
him.
show
I
you
love him.
a beaten and broken Jack Talcott, because that's what I wanted. I wish I had gotten to talk like, dude, can we backstage him till I'm done?
This is the stuff he dreams about, is beating up Jack Talcott. He
You're
wakes
gonna let
up
him
and he's
just
like,
fucking
I won
Jack.
the fight
This
last
is the
night,
guy that
Jack.
handed your show over to fucking Narc Boy
People
and said it's
change.
because he wanted to get you guys closer together.
I allow people to be as they are.
Fuck you. You do not. That's why you backstage me every day.
I backstage you because I love you, Tommy, and I don't want that character of yours to get away. You know.
See, this is what I'm. If you say that calling when I'm coming at you being real, when you call that a character and say you love me, that's the type that dudes in trench coats shoot their school up over. That's the shit that happens over. That is like my if I actually believed you, I don't believe you. That's why I'm fine. But if I actually believed that you love me, and then like if you and Paul said you both love me and treat me the way you do, I would mass bang this world.
Well, Tom, or here, this was one of the notes I wrote down earlier in thoughts of some of the relationships.
AKA heard somebody say a thing and thought, I'll use that as mine.
No, not at all. Consider this. I mean, this was observing my life. I am just like all of us. I cannot control how anyone sees me.
But what you can control makes you look like a dick.
You can control not interrupting him when he's talking, Tommy.
Moose, I will break your fucking face if you had the balls to come to Denver.
Tom,
I hate that dude. He's not a man. He is the least credible, most dishonorable person in this panel.
Tom, if you stop believing that, you'll feel better.
I know it.
You'll feel better about.
Okay, take up for him. Show me I'm wrong.
Well, the point is, I was trying to complete a thought. You interrupted. Moose pointed out, hey, that's not polite.
He interrupted.
No. All right. So the point is, you can't control how anyone sees you without their willingness to see. Okay. Now, this is where I kind of started thinking,
since that's not your quote, can I challenge it?
You think that's not my quote?
You said you wrote this down because you heard it somewhere.
No, I was inspired by this observation of my life.
Well, if it is your quote, may I challenge it?
Sure, please.
Just stop it after control. Like, you can't control how anybody thinks of you. Period. There, Marcus Aurelius long beat you to it.
Okay, the solution is each has their own willingness. Now, this is where the scripture comes in about encouragement, right? If we encourage each other, we will, encourage each other to do the right thing. And this is honestly,
Paul has been encouraging you to fuck up for like a year.
What's that?
Paul was encouraging you to fuck up and be a meme for like a year. And I was trying to tell you that.
I know.
So he didn't encourage you to improve. He encouraged you. He encouraged you to fail.
Well, he encouraged me to live my life the way he wanted me to live.
And you chose
to live my life the way I want to live. And here, brothers and sisters, I don't mean to throw the panel to this topic, but in the greater scope of things where, I have the hopes and belief we can end the wars. Really, all I want to do is encourage others to do the right thing. I hold I hold an openness that I don't know what someone knows until I speak with them. So I try not to judge others if I see them causing harm, but if I can speak to someone I see causing harm, well, then I encourage them to do what is right. I think we can
Well,
all do.
here's how you and Paul are kind of similar. You're both always talking this, just do right, do the right thing, encourage others to do right, but neither of you seem to know what that is.
I do. I
Because,
know
like,
what is right.
when you said at the beginning, can't we all just love each
everyone
other and
knows
be
what is
nice to each
Tommy.
other?
Tommy, everyone knows what is right when
No.
right is in front
I'm about
of
to
them.
show you where you're wrong. Because at the
And
beginning,
right,
you said we all need to love each other and be nice to each other. But
that's a good
sometimes
start.
to do one or either is not doing the other.
You can
You can be
correct
nice to
if
someone
time.
and not love them. You can love
Well,
them, and the only way you can love them is to not be nice to them.
Tom, let's move from nice to kind, okay? Because
Same difference.
you're right. To love another, you've got to offer correction, and correction is sometimes unpleasant.
And
But
you backstage me over it.
Tom,
Is that why you're hurt, Thomas? Everybody
I'm
gets
not hurt. I'm
backstage.
playing the fucking role here. I am the one doing what's right. I am out in these streets making the example, and if you guys don't want to read into it and learn why, then it's your cross to bear, literally.
Tom,
You're a child moose. You've always abandoned any help you've gotten.
Are you describing yourself in that accusation?
Nope. Now listen, Jack. Last night, whenever Flow State spent the whole start of the show talking about how good I was being and how calm and contribution I was doing, he let one little thing be his basis to hold me backstage so he could humiliate Sophia. And so even this guy next to me could challenge her and gang up on her for her beliefs when the whole time they knew I had the answers. That's why he wouldn't bring me back on panel. I spent money informing him he was a dishonorable POS for him just to laugh, along with Cynthia, who is also a snake fake Christian, and I'm done with it. I'm about to start a fire in these streets, and everybody's going to appreciate it for the same things I said on The Machine Lies. You all are bored of these petty games of speaking narrative and trying to control the joke against everyone, and you long for the refreshment of truth, because truth never gets old. Truth never gets played out. And these streets need truth for all the truther they claim to be.
Okay, good Lord.
Yeah, it's exhausting because you don't know what to do. You don't know how you're going to act whenever.
I don't know how to get you to shut the hell up, to take a breath and chill out for a minute. Jesse, you're traveling, but my sexy Jesse is the comment here from Angeline. Okay. You're muted, brother.
My beautiful Angeline.
Amen. You guys are an inspiring couple. I mean, honestly, it gives me hope that there's someone out there, you know, a loving and beautiful muse and inspiration waiting. She's developing. Anyway.
There's a mate for everyone out there.
Amen. Regina Smith, you are seriously, and you are an angel to me. In my experience, thank you. Your light, your encouragement, your support. Seriously, brothers and sisters, that's kind of the point of what I wanted to get at. Sorry, Moose, if you were coming up to speak.
Oh no, I was just saying thank you, Regina. That's all it was. People like her contribute to the broadcast in multiple ways. She may not come up on the panel as far as I know, but she keeps the chat clean. She's very fair and balanced on that, and she often contributes. I mean, often with her thoughts, with her, and she's always respectful. People like that are gems, like hidden gems,
And you know what? She led the way. I feel guilty having it to some degree, but she went as far as actually doing the membership thing for me. So I feel blessed. And that brings me kind of to where I was trying to get that conversation before Tommy, or with Tommy, is the idea of encouraging each other. I think maybe he said we don't know what is right. And at first I disagreed with that. You know, there is within us, there's an intuitive right and wrong that we'll know. And then there's a logical right and wrong that we can imagine and
Right, like Jack, we have somebody down there chalked up, right? Now, is he an example of doing what's right, going out of his way to go harass other people? I mean, he constantly does this. This is something that he does to multiple panels. I think he's another man who needs some love. Chalk Body, there's a kiss for you, buddy. You know,
good for you. Yes. Low T, hey, get chalked up, hit the link, brother. Bring what you got and let's see what you are grateful to share. I'm grateful to share me, my kindness, my patience, my encouragement, my inspiration. And hey,
that should be enough. I mean, if he doesn't want to be here, he doesn't have to be here, but since he's here, we'll give him some love. Just like Tommy, you know, these people are difficult creatures. I've been difficult multiple times. You know,
there's some pretty cool people, though. I mean, I love some of the humor. And who's the big guy? Not EBT. EBT. He seems like he's got quite a bit of wisdom in him too. I enjoy learning from him. Drew has Chalk Body has a great friggin' sense of humor, as well as TBE. They're characters. They're fun people, but holy cows, man. Holy cows. Like Tommy. Many people get very challenging for them to be loved, because they make it challenging to spend time with each other. And it's like, holy cows, man. But what that is, if you guys are still following my thought process, what that is,
I'm with you.
When we're not comfortable, when we don't allow others to be comfortable with us, it's a sign that we haven't learned how to be comfortable as ourselves, with ourselves, I think. I think that makes sense, because when we're insecure, we're focused on ourselves, watching out for what are people doing, you know, what's going to be a risk for me.
Well, and we're not able to be, everybody's not able to be authentic. You know, Tommy comes up here. I don't think that's Tommy's authentic self telling me that he's going to beat the crap out of us. And like,
No.
it's just total like show, like
This is how you're
WWE
lying.
show.
I don't know if you
Oh
know
my-
you're lying, but you do like your daddy taught you. You modify that one little tweak.
Here we go with the dad.
Don't interrupt me. Don't interrupt me. You just said I come up here and say okay, I'll be you. He's gonna come up here and beat the shit out of us. I don't say that. I say you, Moose. You come to Denver, I'll break your nose.
Talcott,
Drew comes to Denver, I'll break his nose. Snafu comes to Denver, he never goes anyplace again. JG comes to my house in Denver, never hops another train car. That's the truth.
Why are you so aggressive?
No, I'm standing on the line that Moose and anybody has to stand on. If Moose is chilling at his house and JG's saying, I'm coming to your house tonight, how's your daughter doing? Moose has the right to shoot that dude dead if he sees him coming near his house.
But nobody ever said we were doing that stuff.
Right.
No, Moose, I know you don't get around. JG was telling me he's outside my house. Come outside. I said, if I come out there and you're there, nobody's ever going to see you again. And I have the right to do that.
Tom.
You guys are insane if you want to talk all this shit on the internet and think you can start visiting each other's addresses.
Nope. No. See, You're getting worked up over thoughts you
He's
think
in
of.
Denver, Jack.
So what?
He's a homeless guy jumping train cars around the country, and you don't see any kind of like, I don't know, warning or something to like maybe be packing about, despite the fact I already live in
Why
a
are
barrio
you
where
so
cops are kicking in my next door neighbor's door.
Why are you so insecure?
I'm not insecure. I'm the most secure motherfucker to go to these panels.
Okay, then why are you so aggressive?
Because you guys have asked for it. You forgot how long you've been playing your games, and now it's time for the truth to start getting up in your grill.
No, Tom, come into the present, right?
Stop.
Hey,
That's a
welcome,
cop out.
brother.
Where did I go?
Chill out. I don't know where the hell you are. You're in this conflict.
I don't think you know where you are.
Chill out, dude.
Is this my boy Nathan beside me?
Nathan? I don't know.
No, he's
Says
using
Russ
the same
Combs,
background.
but I thought I know you as something else. Anyway, good to see you, brother.
You know why I thought it was Nathan? Because a lot of people have been using that grand piano background that he's using.
Hey, let's come to the topic, if you don't mind. We'll kind of go around the panel regarding.
Since the thing I wanted to talk to you about got derailed, I guess let's.
Well, okay, so Tommy, I guess this isn't the point of my show. What did you want to say?
Well, what I was saying about last night, Mr. Jesus follower,
is Russ Combs 3 fingers or 5
dude,
speed?
you know Russ, he's one of those cult guys from back when you were there.
5 speed. All right. Sorry about that.
Yeah, Russ, you're culted the fuck up.
Hey, Tom, you sit. Okay, so you had a point about last night. What was the
I know,
point?
and Moose interrupted me. Let's go with your show. I'm sick of hearing Drew lie in the chat like a bitch.
Any resolve available with you?
Okay, you stand on truth, right, Jack?
Yes.
All right, you've had Drew come up here many a times when I'm up here, talk his piece. All he does is lie. He's sitting down there lying.
Does this have anything to do with last night and the point you were you wanted to get to that you were?
Well, he's talking about when I told JG he's gonna lose his life if he comes looking for me in Denver.
Tom, no one's looking for you. No one's fucking trying to hunt you down. At least not.
Oh, so the guy so the guy that home invaded me in West Virginia, who moved 60 miles away from me, which is 1,600 miles from fucking West Virginia, he's not looking to come after me.
God, it's like 3,000 miles from Australia.
His accomplice is fucking dead. He's the only one left. The cop that was on both of us is dead, and now he's 60 miles away from me.
Tom,
and you're telling me nobody's coming looking for me?
Tom, what is your solution? If I care about you, which I do, what is the solution? What can we offer to help you?
I'm not asking you for help. I have me covered. That's why I don't need to hear any of this adoption talk, any of this seeking help talk. I wish you'd all be fucking men for a change.
Well, I wish. Well,
Shut the fuck up, Tommy.
You ready to stand on truth, boy?
There we go. CBO's up here
okay, this is how you're all the same. You don't stand on truth.
You got shook by a motherfucking homeless dude. You saw a homeless dude was out your window and you cried like a little bitch.
He's just typing.
He's just trying to talk over me. You cried on a panel. You were so fucking shook. Get the fuck off the metaverse. Go do some shit in real life, bitch.
You would kick me out for this.
I would never bring you up because you fucking suck, dude. You're fucking.
Oh, so now I can take the clip of you saying that. Clip you. Where
don't even want you claiming them anymore, dude. Hope Wars don't want you claiming them no more. So stop. Stop with that shit. No one wants you claiming them. Quit claiming Croco. No one wants you. No one wants to claim you. No one wants to listen to you. You don't even want to listen to your fucking self, dude. Just end it already.
Now, this is narration setting. Do you want to learn something today, Jack? You want to teach people something?
You're cloning there. That's all this motherfucker says. Is you say anything, you're creating narrative.
Is this an example of a high T man?
Here, do you want to know how to not do what you're doing, Drew? Do you want to know how to stand on truth? Do you want to know how to walk the narrow path?
I'm gonna send monkey hormones to everyone on this panel, and we're gonna chimp the fuck out on you, Tommy.
All right, Tommy's gone.
He ran like a bitch. JG must be peeking in his window.
No, I removed it because Chalk Buddy, you are able to play that game, but I don't want the friggin' WWE energy here.
Wrecked, Tommy. Wrecked.
Well, oh, and there he goes. See, that is not well. Actually,
Jack, you should have known by his avatar. I mean, Vince McMahon.
I know, but frankly, that's kind of what Tommy deserved. He's been totally disrespectful and out of line in his presentation and the way he's treated the panel, not just here, many others. And you know what? Fair enough. Don't judge me. You are truthful. That is correct. Today, comparatively, Tommy has not been nearly as disruptive and antagonistic as before, but holy cows. I mean,
it's because you don't have Joe Cool here.
Moose, please shut up so I don't have to get frustrated and talk over you. You have no weight here.
Tom.
I want to talk to you, Jack. This is where it hangs in the balance. This is why I say you don't follow Jesus. You're not truth. You're full of shit. Because when CBO comes up and does that shit, your answer. See, this little faggot is just a fucking hype.
The dark energies are pretty strong in that one. The stubbornness protects the denial. And, the human people are fascinating. What I wanted to kind of get back to is, what are you grateful to share? Tommy seems grateful to share. I don't know if he is grateful for the opportunity, if he even sees how kind people are, but there's a lot of people on here offering a lot of negativity and a lot of insulting opinions. There's a lot of people in society doing that. And it's illogical, to be honest. Margo, please feel free, join the panel again. It's easier to communicate.
It's a low T panel anyways, right? We might as well invite her.
Right. It's Margo, maybe come teach us. I'm sitting here with Jesse and I don't know Russ's family, but I know Jesse is a very devoted family man to some extent to his partner, his relationship. I don't think this is a group of man haters at all. So Margo, please feel free to bring the link. Click the link. Because I was considering earlier again my life, and I'm just like every one of us, right? So I actually think what applies to me may hopefully be helpful for you, but it comes down to the logical observation, humbling myself to the simplest of truths in that I am today. I am right now. It doesn't mean I will be later. I know I was many different versions of this me in memories, like high school and then military. You got an echo. Russ.
Try to hit the echo cancellation button, and it should fix that.
Possibly. Let's see. Let's see if I can help. No, I can't. Oh, it's muted, so I can't. Well, hey, fabulous. What a blessing. It is a new day. I am grateful to share this day, this panel. Welcome, Margo.
Hi, Jesse. I apologize. That was inappropriate. And I was wrong in saying that about you. So I hope you accept my apology.
What about me? I love women. My wife's sitting right here. My daughter's sitting right here. My dog's a female.
Moose,
Yeah, what's up with all you women using the women card lately?
Moose, you are right. I am very apologetic to you as well.
It's all good. It's all good, Margo.
I just got excited because I saw someone yelling again, and I jumped to conclusions, and that was wrong.
It's all good. I forgive you. It's not even a problem.
Moose. Thank you.
Thank you for clearing that up, Margo. I respect that. I'm curious, are we ever going to have an opportunity to resolve your disagreements with me?
I don't know. I haven't. Well, yes, I have a question for you. What was the name of the private investigator in Spokane that you hired to investigate the United States Postal Service and people involved with your son?
I tried hiring a couple, I believe.
Probably nobody's
Jack. I know I spoke to one. I hired none. None were hired, Margo.
Okay. Thank you for clarifying that, because a couple of days ago you said that you did.
So what did that resolve? That's the only disagreement that's a new disagreement I didn't know you found with me.
No, Jack, I asked you a question because you and I know quite a bit about our histories, and I don't remember you hiring one. So when you said that the other day, maybe you misspoke.
Or maybe if I said I hired one, what I vaguely remember is saying I've tried to do many different things, including I didn't specify which ones were actual, where business was where exchange of currency and contracts were actually made. No, Margo, I guess I failed to explain it to your depth or your necessary detail. So did we resolve that one confusion? Can you believe I'm not a liar?
Hey, Jack, no, I'm confused right here. If you didn't hire one, that's totally fine. I'm totally fine with that.
Her question is...
It sounds like she's a little worried about what they would have found if you did hire one.
No, she believes I am a liar. And
no, I don't. I did not say that.
You have repeatedly called me a liar, and you...
Well, you have lied.
Jack, I think you absorbed a little of Illuma Tommy's energy tonight, brother, because he came up here with such ferocity and stuff coming at you. Margo's coming up here, kind of her tone of voice tells me that she's either trying to be cool with you or...
No, Moose, it's a loaded question, dude. She's trying to catch him in like a gotcha. You lied. Yes. It's a loaded fucking question, Moose.
Yes. So let's rather than assume, Margo, I have alleged, and I've got plenty of evidence to bring forth this claim. I've alleged that you have gone out of your way to talk about me, to spread false narratives about me, including the allegation that I am a liar. So your intention today was to clear your reputation and make right that you were obviously a liar when you said that Moose and Jesse were part of the woman hater panel. So you came correct with that part. So Margo?
Yes.
Besides your selfish intention
to apologize?
No, your gotcha question. Quit acting stupid. You know what you were trying to say to him and ask him? You were trying to say gotcha and a lie.
He clarified. I'm good.
Why is that the only question you have when we've had so many disagreements?
Oh, well,
I'm not trying to get in the middle of this, but she said you clarified and you're good, which means to me that she is not calling you a liar. She was just asking for clarification. Now, I could be 100% wrong, but I'm trying to be a mediator.
Let's find out why, Moose.
Okay, let's find. All right, Margo, why did you come up here and ask that question? Because this is, this is Jack's show, right? And
yes, okay,
it's kind of off topic.
All right, so let me explain. It's going to be longer than one sentence. I was in a professional development course all day long. And so a lot of things were said, a lot of things were understood. There were some things that were misunderstood. And so there were points when I asked clarifying questions. There were points when people asked me clarifying questions. I was on here the other day and I heard Jack say that he hired a private investigator. I don't remember that. I did not come on here tonight and say, Jack, you're a liar. You never hired a private investigator, because that would be a false statement, right? So I asked Jack, who is the private investigator that you hired? He nicely said, I talked to someone, but no contract was ever hired. No money was ever passed hands. Therefore, end of conversation. Clarifying question asked, clarifying question answered, done.
Thank you. Now, I just want to say one thing before you guys take it any further. I just want to say that you're in the power position right here, Jack. And so her coming up to your panel, you are in the driver's seat. So it's up to you where you take this.
May I add to that? Whenever I am on Jack's channel, he's in the driver's seat. I mean, I can be blocked. I can not be allowed up. I cannot be invited. So I know that when I come on here, I am volunteering to be on Jack's platform. I'm okay with that.
Jack, I think you have an ally here, not an enemy. I think there's confusion and misunderstanding that has happened between you two, but I don't necessarily think that you two are on the opposite sides of the fight here against the man.
You know what? Any woman that's going to say Woman Haters Club.
Jack, I'll yield. I'm sorry.
Well,
I'll yield.
Snafu, I don't appreciate this pattern you're showing again with the assumption I am wrong. You used to believe Paul was there to help me as well. So you've been growing, but this woman, Margo, you don't know the history. You don't know the evidence, the things that she has said, the things she's claimed. And the effect, you don't really understand the effect her choices and her words actually did have on me.
Understood.
So, Margo, I have hopes every single day that people's minds will open, that they will care to know what is true, and actually have that hope and prayer for the entire world. I shared earlier that I spend time each day with the intention of belief that a world of peace can emerge, that humanity around the world can find better ways to live. So I imagine those things also are possible in my own life.
Okay.
So, Margo, I pray often that people from my past, such as you, the group on the Messenger that you aligned yourself with, I pray that you guys open your minds, recognize that you've been playing with my life and my reputation like it's some sort of fucking game, like I'm a joke.
You know, I wish
I'm actually a real human being, Margo.
I wish I had the power that you think I have.
And people, well, Margo, until you try becoming accountable for the words you've said, you will remain powerless and confused. This is what I know to be true. Welcome, Flo.
Thank you, Jack.
Hi, Flo.
Hi, Margo. Jack, can you not tell that Moose and Margo are taking advantage of your kindness and optimism?
Are you shitting me, bro?
It's Moose. There's truth in
it's
what
for sure what you're doing, Moose.
What do I get out of this? I'm here supporting you. I'm gonna go. I'll come back another day. Like,
I don't need your support, Moose. In fact, I'm probably better off without
I really don't need to be here, but see what you're doing. You're doing the same thing that everybody did to me on the OTW panel.
I don't care what happened to you on OTW. I don't care, Moose.
No, I'm pointing out the fact that you're a narcissist yourself, Flo.
Hey guys,
invited me up.
Please, actually, yes, please. Margo, can you guys help witness? I mean, thank you. Margo, you claimed I choked Scott.
Scott
I believe
told
it was
me
even
what I claimed was I claimed that Scott told me that you put him in a chokehold, and that is what Scott told me.
You believe that? You believed that, Margo?
I never said I believed it or not.
Well, Margo, you've run around claiming it as though it is truthful.
I didn't run around anywhere.
Scott, hey, Margo, how big is Scott? 6'5", 300 pounds, easy. I mean, 6'7", maybe. I mean, he's a big fucking dude.
I know, but hear me out, okay?
I'm 5'8". I'm $150.
Jack, hear me out.
Why?
Hear me out.
Why would anybody do that?
I in the past have questioned your mental stability. Okay.
You've made accusations about my mental stability. You've run around spreading narratives about my mental stability, Margo. Let's be accurate about what you have done.
Are you going to let me
cam up or shut up? Margo, cam up. It's a lot easier to see your lies when we can see your micro expressions.
Oh, okay. Well, hold on.
Thank you.
I got to move to a different room.
Thank you, Margo.
Yeah. 1 second.
See, this is what I don't understand is many people reject the idea that they are a part of my life, right? That their actions and choices did have consequences in what I was allowed to experience. There you go, Margo, please. So I was correcting what you were offering, and I'm sorry I interrupted your point, but what you have done is spread narratives and false assumptions of my mental character. Go ahead.
Okay. So hear me out. Don't cut me off. I have questioned your mental stability after, there was the thoughts of suicide, and you had typed that you were Jesus Christ. So I did question.
Not type that. I did not type that.
Will you please not interrupt me?
So how did you go about making the situation you were concerned about better? No, you can't.
Why?
Because we have fucking questions. What do you mean, why? Are you stupid?
Well, let me finish my sentences, and that will probably answer some of your questions.
You were done with your sentence.
Okay. Yep.
Okay.
So you claimed the evidence that you cast your judgment on rather than talking to me, but your judgment was based on the rumors that I had given suicide or ending myself I'd given it some considerable thought. And then you were under the impression I was claiming to be Jesus, and that's where you were interrupted.
Okay. And then there was an involuntary admission into the hospital for a 72-hour hold. So this is what I knew. Okay. Then Scott.
That's what you'd heard. That's what you'd heard. You did not experience those things. You were not present. You didn't verify. You were not there to see the.
I did verify. I did verify.
How did you verify? Okay, so anyway, so you heard that, you verified it allegedly. Go ahead.
I can give you the.
So what did all that information mean to you? Did that mean that I needed to be harassed? That you needed to send fucking people to warn the children about my existence? Is that what it meant to you? Because that's what you did. You fucking psychopath, dude. There, I feel better. Sorry.
I'm glad. So after I heard these things and it was confirmed. Then Scott told me that you tried to put him in a chokehold. And then I thought, well, the guy is crazy if he's trying to put this huge dude in a chokehold. Now, doesn't that make sense? You got to admit.
No. So then what did you do? You took that and then made that decide, oh shit, what does that mean? So what did Margo do with that information? I'm so crazy that I put, I was ready to end myself, according to you. I was claiming to be Jesus, and I was attacking big country. So what conclusion did
that part is alleged?
Well, you must have, you accepted it because you brought that forward here. You've said this shit. So what did that do for you? When you saw all that, then what? From your experience?
Well, I knew that your neighbors were probably telling the truth.
In which regard? Which neighbors?
What happened to your wrist?
I burned it cooking.
That's not what I heard.
The other night, I made salmon.
I heard something else. I heard that you're a cutter.
Oh, no.
Well,
I mean, that's just not what I heard, though. See?
Oh, that's okay.
Good.
I make weird cuts if I cut, but okay. So,
so you are a cutter, or you have been in the past.
Do you want me to take the bandage off and show you?
I'm just telling you what I heard, and then that's you said I make weird cuts, so I assume that you've cut yourself before.
Okay.
On purpose. That's not a proper assumption?
Well, I don't care what people think of me.
Okay.
Do you care about what's true? Because the example Flo just gave to you is what you're just describing with me, is that the neighbor said this. So
I think truth is perception.
Uh-huh.
And everyone has their right to decide what they believe truth and what they don't.
This is why she's just a shitty person.
What? Mm-hmm. Why am I a shitty person?
I can't explain it to you. Well, I won't explain it to you.
Well, here, actually, I truly do appreciate this with all of you, because Margo, I've been trying to reason with you for several years.
What are we reasoning?
Your accusations and allegations about me, because you're not quite aware yet of the damages that I've actually received by your choices. You haven't put the pieces together. Right. I know. It's all coming down to prove it. Prove it.
Well, I didn't do anything.
I won't look at the evidence, but you can't prove it yet.
I wish I had the power you think I have.
Hey, Margo.
Yes.
There's some lessons here that I've learned for myself that you will be learning with or without my help. Okay. But it comes directly from my experience with you. What you say, what we think, what we say, and what we do, those things matter. Okay.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
And we do have influence on one another by what our thoughts bring what we say and what we do. What we say and what we do is what we offer to the world, and what we offer to the world influences other people. See, narratives, truth, new news, new gossip, new opinions, those things spread very quickly.
Okay, but Jack, listen. Last year, when I was preparing to leave Spokane and I was at a banquet, Nadine Woodward was there and we were chatting and your name just kind of popped in my head. And I said, Nadine, do you know who Jack Talcott is? And she said, no. And I said, did we ever directly have a conversation about Jack? And she said, I don't think so. So I said, Jack would like to clear his name, I guess. And he thinks that I have destroyed his name with you. And she's like, no, have him call my office.
So, okay. So very fascinating. So now you've apparently gotten that information and now you're here presenting this, what, to prove me a liar? Did you do anything to help me?
No, I'm not calling you a
you're
liar.
just now, so you're just now telling me that when I contact her office, I won't be dismissed again?
Well, I tried to tell you this a couple weeks ago when I suggested that you go.
You know what, Margo? Here's all you're doing. All you're doing is trying to cover your ass, trying to be Miss Perfect. I didn't do anything wrong, Jack.
No, I'm not.
I didn't do anything wrong. But the thing is, I've got evidence of what you've told me. You have made the claims. So, okay. All right. So maybe my reputation isn't ruined like people have said, like you have said, and like others have said. Maybe my reputation is not ruined. So I am going to visit. I'm going to return to some of the people who've rejected me before. The ones you claimed, you told me that you had influenced. So you were either a liar then.
No.
No?
I'll tell you their names. Kate Burke and Zach Zappone are two of them.
Actually, you know what, Margo? It's irrelevant. It really is. Thank you for the information.
You're welcome.
It shows me, well, Margo, in each of our lives, we have the opportunity to help each other succeed or help each other fail.
May I share one more thing?
Well,
Margo, Jack is talking and you're interrupting him and you want to share. It's really rude. When he's done, you can share what you want, but interrupting him while he's talking is ignorant.
Thank you.
My suggestion would be that Margo be banned from everything on this channel unless she's drinking on camera while she talks.
Okay, I'm drinking. Look at what my sticker says.
Out of a liquor bottle. Huh? No, I can't.
It says "Be kind."
I hope you learn those words.
But and then this side says "Good vibes."
Is it working?
Yeah.
Is it? Well, Margo.
Yes.
You know it's true that you befriended many people from my past.
Well, I had friends at the post office, and then we found out about the connection. So I didn't seek out people that knew you to find out stuff about you.
Actually, you know what?
What?
I don't care.
Okay.
Hey, Margo.
Yes.
You have been an example of an atrocious and worthless human being in my life. And the record shows that you are an evil, cruel, heartless, confused woman who tells people what she thinks they want to hear. And Margo, by your choices, you enabled the confusion about me in my life, which helped end my career. My opportunity for economic survival was. But you know what? I credit God, and this is the amazing thing, guys. I truly credit God for all things and the opportunities of today. Margo knows people who indirectly, they know people, and I could probably speak to my son this afternoon if Margo encouraged others
too much
to try and help.
Hey, Jack.
That's too much of an overreach. I mean,
Jack, I think you misunderstood me when you booted me out. I was saying she's not to be trusted.
I know.
From all the actions that she's done and then pulling the card.
Her allegations about women haters kind of pushed me to push you guys away because I don't see a lot of respect for women from some of you.
I don't trust any of you, but I have truth, so it doesn't matter.
So you claim Margo claimed to have truth as well. What she had was a little bit of facts. She got into her head. She fucking knew everything about Jack. I know everything about Jack.
Well, she
and
is
then
a woman.
She went around and publicly.
But I do agree.
She is a woman. Can I ask Margo and you a question?
But
have you guys ever had any relations?
Oh my God, Snafu! I forgot you're here. Please take the microphone.
That's the one question that's the one thing that Jack and I agree on. That never happened. It never will happen. And we're okay with that. We agree about that.
Well, Margo, the thing I agree with you on that JG, Drew, Jack, and everybody seem to be getting away from is proof, receipts. Show them. If I don't have receipts, I don't push the issue. But the issues I've been pushing, I've long since had the receipts.
Hey, Margo.
And that night with JG attacking me, he was disregarding. He was like,
hey, Margo. So with all the stuff that's transpired and gone on, right? Now you're here up on Jack's panel. Are you here to like try to find some resolution, maybe help him? Or are you just here to cause conflict? Because, you know, if you're here to make amends for maybe some of the stuff that you've done, that maybe you assume things maybe you shouldn't have, or whatever, the past, whatever's gone on. But the here and the now is here. Like, what's your purpose of coming here? Are you looking to find resolution and maybe get past that stuff that you did and maybe help Jack to, like, you know, get back some of the things that he's lost in his life?
Do you not know the answer to the question, Jesse? Jesse, don't you know the answer to the question?
Well, I'd love
Well,
to.
I haven't seen her. I haven't seen her a lot, but I'm just asking. I want to ask her directly. I don't want to assume. I just want to ask her what her purpose is here.
Sorry, that's my dog. One of my purposes would be to find out if Jack continues to talk about me. I'd like to know what's being said about me. I do listen to Paul and agree with a lot of the things that Paul says. So sometimes when Paul's here, I'll come see if Paul's here. As far as resolution, you know, some of the things that I said was because Jack's house is in the neighborhood where I taught. And
you keep always bringing that up. What does it have to do with anything? You act like he's a danger. Like every time you say that, you're trying to make him sound bad.
Thank you.
Well, his neighbors were...
His neighbors what? Again, Flo just pointed out people say shit doesn't mean shit. You keep bringing stuff up, trying to make him look bad.
What did the neighbors
say? Have I ever sent the police to Jack's house?
Does anybody give you attention in your day-to-day life?
Have I ever said that he did anything illegal?
Margo, you've made, I don't know, you've made, actually, yes, bullshit. You've alleged I beat my ex-wife. You've alleged I abused.
Are you married, Margo?
Son.
What?
You've spread all.
Oh, come on, Flo. You know that.
I don't know. Sometimes loser dudes get cucked into weird situations. Are you married, Margo?
I'm in a committed relationship.
With what?
With a man. I'm a girlfriend, not a wife.
See, snafu.
Like the third girlfriend, probably.
What?
Tell you what, I don't care about her relationship status. I care about the confused mind and the closed heart. So, Margo, when asked your intentions, you said, I'm here to make sure Jack's not gossiping about me. But you admit you spend time on Paul's supporting anyone who fucking opposes me. And Margo, you chose to oppose, and you chose to engage with the wrong man.
I'm sort of starting to think more and more that she wants you to join her polycule.
What she is, she's a product of our society, a very confused, egoic mind who, Paul, that platform, it enables angry people. And so that's where they all feed together, is with their blame and their gossip and complaining. Go ahead, Jesse.
I'm just going to say that, you know, her answer was not anything about resolution, nothing about making amends, nothing about, you know, I'm sorry, Jack, I took things out of proportion. She didn't come correct. So she's here for causing chaos. And, you know, you need to like put boundaries up for the people that are here to cause chaos in your life, because the rest of the people have to feel that chaos.
You know, Jack, one thing I was thinking is what you told her like last month is all these people that she, you know, influenced, as she put in her own words. I don't think she stepped up and talked to any of them, and that would be a step to fix things between you and her. Is actually talk to
she's completely full of shit. I don't know why anybody who's watched this is playing and pretending like she might be here for a right reason, or she might.
No, she's not.
She wants attention. She's bored. She's a dry drunk.
Yes, and here's the thing.
Yeah, you got it.
It is a little bit of the Talcottian drama, but this is my life story. It's the story I'm living.
You should start charging pay-per-view or something.
Margo and I met at an early morning AA meeting, and it was like my first week out of detox, early in sobriety. I was a fucking mess. She was a kind face in the meeting, and that was it.
Wow, you met her in AA, and she's been trying to fuck with you ever since?
Well, you know what, too? I noticed
this is why you don't go to 12-step meetings.
When I only went to AA from 2016 through 17, I probably stopped in 18. I know I stopped in 18. So I only knew her for a short period at that a couple of meetings maybe that we'd see each other, but no part of my life. Well, then I don't even remember exactly how she came out of the woodwork. But in 2018, a year and a half after I got sober, I flew to Washington, D.C., met with executives of the Postal Service, trying to make a better place for the workers across the nation. They got it in their head I was wrong and I was a criminal. And so anyway, through the accusations of others at work and from my ex-wife, I ended up losing from my life. I lost time with my son. I lost my career, my income. The world around me crumbled. And there was people from the union that I knew across Washington state, because I wasn't a big deal, but I was known around the Pacific Northwest through our occupation in the union. There's people from my union who the rumors and reputations kept people away from me. I've been trying since 2018 to speak with a mutual friend. There was a messenger group that's in my mind right now that Margo became a part of. And it was several people from my union. Later, it became another guy from my high school. The night before I had to face the employer for my veterans' rights to plead my case, plead my innocence of why I still needed to have a job. The night before I had that, I had asshats like Margo and all of these people just telling me I'm a worthless piece of shit. And I know it was online and I could have blocked everyone, but all of these people were people who used to be kind to me. Margo and several of these other people, Charles Smith, Brian Warden, Maria Reisner. Margo knows all those people. Those people know my union reps here in town. I'm still trying to, that guy JR, for anyone who remembers, that guy JR who popped in the chat one day. JR was my vice president who misrepresented me. People like Margo and these other people chose to end my career. But here's the crazy thing. There's lots of innocent people in jail. There's lots of innocent people who have been persecuted and, punished because of unkindness and injustice in this world. My life is similar to that, but it's been pretty painless for me. I'm not complaining. I'm actually very grateful.
I think Flo hit it right on the spot. She's bored because I noticed Margo didn't even start bringing your personal stuff up until after Paul and you, and then she was going back and forth. So I think it is for attention. I absolutely do.
Margo was my first example of Paul. And
I actually like her less than Paul, if that's possible.
I do too.
Wow.
I like her less than Paul as well. Paul at least offers some wisdom, and they're both arrogant.
No.
Paul don't offer no wisdom.
I gave you an inch. Don't take a mile. You don't get a mile out of that one.
All right, I won't. Fair enough. Anyway,
but I can see why you. I see why you look at them both the same. I do, because they both attack the same. Like totally did. I get it.
Well, this is the bizarreness. I know my life is very similar to what many others are dealing with. In some ways, I've been minimized in some of the pains, but in other ways, it's been exaggerated in my life. But we're all here sharing this crazy story, the story of creation that's been written about and placed into mythology and memory and all of these beliefs about what the past was. But I really am, brothers and sisters, I am grateful. I'm grateful to share. I wouldn't be able to share if God did not allow me to be me. Now, what am I sharing? I'm sharing me. But despite the opinions of many, I think we've all got stuff to offer to each other. There's nobody who's worthy of being written off and thrown away. There are people that sometimes we've got to keep some distance between, but I truly believe, I think Moose said it earlier. I think it was him. Relationships truly are the reason we're here. We're here to build relationships, and the best relationships we can have is with ourselves and with the moment of now. We popping on, Jesse?
Yeah, I've got a show which I'm going to be starting in about 15 minutes. So I'm interviewing a couple from the U.S. They're distant energy healers and stuff. So she's a shaman, and so that's what I'm going to be doing. But I wanted to say before I pop out, I was thinking a lot about what Snafu had said when I was talking about that infiltrator that came in. And you're right. People need to know who it is. So this person that came into my life, she was a total basket case. She couldn't go online go on lives. She would cry all the time. She was very emotional. She was really strange. But I gave her some time. I said, hey, if you would like to go live, I'll go live with you. I did all these kind things for her. And then she ended up stabbing me in the back. She ended up going from group to group, and it wasn't just me. She would befriend a bunch of people, start talking shit about the other people, trying to cause conflict and chaos in the group. Okay, so when all of this stuff happened, she needed my help for this Truth or Telethon that they didn't have. She actually stole it from somebody else. So there's someone I could actually bring on here who she stole it from. She stole it from them, and I didn't know any of that happened. And then I had some conflict with this person later on because of how she stole this. So she's trying to say I stole something from her, which she stole from someone else. Anyways, all this chaos. So I haven't spoken her name. I've seen some of this, stuff that she's been doing. I don't like to promote people. I don't have 100% proof that she's, actually part of this, the cabal or whatever, but her family are own airplane companies and billionaires. She's, and she thinks that she can get away with whatever because we're just the goyim or whatever it is. Okay. So in the 3 years since she's been bad mouthing my name, and you deserve this because you couldn't shut the fuck up. And now it's time to expose your stupid ass. And her name is Lori Suzuki. It's the first time publicly because I don't like promoting people. Anybody that I know is firm, part of the NWO. Anybody that's part of this cabal,
she's known for her optics.
I'll hammer them all day long. But with her, she just did this crazy stuff. And so I never actually said her name publicly, but that's who it is.
How you messed up.
You shut the fuck up and let me talk.
We don't know that anything you're saying is true.
Go ahead, Jesse. Finish up, please.
So, whatchamacallit, so that's who it is. After you said that, you're like, yeah, well, don't you think you should make people aware? Yeah, people should be aware. I seen her donating to other people that are causing conflict and chaos with each other. So I don't know if that's part of the whole thing of destroying the unity among people. And so this is who it was, Snafu. So thanks for saying that, because I thought about what you said, and it's important that people know who this parasite of a person, one thing to attack me, but he started attacking my girlfriend. And, that was like horrific, because she's the most delicate angel that's had so much horrific things happen to her in her life. She does not deserve any negativity.
Stop showing your soft spot. Stop showing your soft spots.
Any negativity towards her at all. Anyways, so
you know what, Jesse?
Yeah.
I was going to say, I appreciate that. And whether we believe you or don't believe you, the reason I say that is because people can watch for themselves and have patterns, or in case it happens to them, the same situation happened to you. So that's why I said what I said. So thank you for that. It's not like I'm trying to say, no, it's just people should have the right to decide and decipher, like if you knew a neighborhood and they were going to jump you and throw your shoes on the clothesline, wouldn't you want to know that neighborhood could be kind of sketch, So no, thank you, Jesse. I appreciate it.
100%. And I thought about what you said, and you were right. Okay, so that's why I just wanted to make sure people know who that parasitic scumbag is, because I did nothing but help her. I didn't steal anything. I didn't steal anything from her.
Yes.
I didn't do anything wrong to her, and she's been bad-mouthing me for 3 years. She can't shut the fuck up about me. So finally, sorry, Jack, last thing. I had to get this out, and I won't speak about it again. I'm not into this keyboard warrior stuff and let's see who's big and bad online. I'll come find you if you're big and bad and want to talk some shit about me. Okay, so whatchamacallit, that's it. I went and said my piece, and so I want to say thanks, Snafu, because you were right. People need to know who this person is.
Well, and like I said, whether you're right or wrong, it's up to these people to see the patterns, and I think they should.
Sorry, Snafu. I actually prefer not to have this be a place of just complaints. I do understand setting the record straight. So, Jesse, thank you for bringing it forth.
Jack, I think he feels
comfortable. I honor
comfortable.
what you've been doing. I honor what you do about trying to avoid dropping down to that. Okay.
I never spoke her name once in 3 years publicly. When people are like that, whatever, right? People talk shit, but she hasn't shut the fuck up for 3 years. And I thought today would be a little more peaceful. It's been chaotic since the beginning. So it's a good time just to get a little more chaos to today's show. Yep. And I'm done with it. I will no longer, entertain that. And thank you for allowing me to say this on your show.
Amen. And just remember, I think he feels comfortable, Jack, with you.
Have a good stream. Snafu, will you friggin' show a tiniest bit of respect for me? Neither of us is heard when you continue speaking over me, Snafu.
Praise God.
Holy.
Now, man, this is a
bring
pretty
your
weak panel when
forth, since you're so
God
needy, you need so much attention. Here you are, Tommy.
What, are you talking to me?
Yes. What do you need?
Are you mad that I told Jesse he's not a man for outing a girl's name for something he couldn't handle in his life?
Okay, I'm not
okay,
mad.
let me, I gotta talk to Flo. You're right. Flow State. Besides wasting my evening and my money, do you understand?
I didn't waste your evening.
Yeah, you held me backstage and you wouldn't say what I needed you to say to get me to leave.
I did.
If you were going to backstage me over that nothing, all I needed you to do was state you will not come on to a panel I am on ever again because I'm done with you.
But I make absolutely no promises.
And right, then that makes you dishonorable for kicking me.
No, I feel totally honorable for kicking you.
No,
if you do that again,
we're not gonna play by the rules of the able words, you're not playing by any rules.
Panels in the future, but if you keep acting like that, I'll kick you every time.
Acting like what?
The way you're acting right now.
Yeah.
No, you weren't there, Jack.
He was there.
I am here right now, Tom.
What did he mean about money, Flo? He said you're fucked with his money.
I kicked him off my panel last night because he was being loud and talking over people. And I was gonna let him back on, but I told him, I was typing to him in the chat, and I said, I'll let you back on, but you've been monopolizing the conversation. You have to let other people talk some. And he was spurging out back there, so I told him, I'm not letting you on the rest of the night. You're flipping out, and so he stayed back there the rest of the stream for like 3 hours, flipping out, and I wasn't dealing with him, and so he started sending super chats, which I of course read on stream. But one of them was that he wants me to promise never to go to a chat or a stream where he's at, and I certainly, of course, won't do that at all. Won't even consider it. And not for a $2 super chat. Like, you got to do better than that.
I see what he's pulling. Right. Oh, I was just curious. Okay.
Yeah. Well, and you can see in the private, he's here claiming lies, but doing the exact same thing. So, Tom, at this point, it's going to be a repeat of your experience. I have no intentions of bringing you back up. So feel free to continue on with your evening.
And for the record, Tommy's welcome on my panel in the future. He's not banned at all. When he's acting like that and ruining the conversation, I just got to time him out, because sorry, Tommy. That's how it is.
It's this juvenile ego is what it is. It's literally, it's unresolved childhood trauma that is growing and manifested. It's been normalized, even though we've got some abnormal examples. It's been normalized, and this is not healthy behavior. What is healthy behavior is a demonstration, the ability to have conversations, which ironically, I gotta do this. He's not here, but Paul describes it perfectly. Actually, maybe you know what? I won't even entice. I won't poke them.
Tommy understands exactly what. Tommy, you understand exactly what you're doing wrong. And you can throw temper tantrums all you want, but if you act like a child, I'll treat you like a child.
That it's as simple as that. And seriously, that's part of a child growing up, is realizing that connection. Oh, my behavior does have consequences. There is an effect to what I do.
And Bert, I'm talking about my channel. This was all happening on my channel. So.
Tommy.
By the way, thumbs up.
How you doing,
Mr. Talcott, hit those algies.
Well,
how's the panel doing?
I thought that was Tommy for a second, but it's not. It's somebody else.
No, Tom wasn't in Buds. He was in the Army Military Police. He wasn't Buds with us in the Marines. But speaking of Tommy, I don't think you guys have been very honorable or fair. I don't think you let him get his point out while continuing your narrative. When I was the governor of Minnesota, that wouldn't have fly.
Well, if he could get his point out concisely without yelling over other people, then that would be the way
this is why I think you're a liar, Flow State, because I was watching your stream last night. I was watching your stream last night.
I'm going to end this dispute. Okay?
You won't, and you may end the communication like you say people shouldn't do, but you're not ending the dispute. It's
all I'm seeing is the pattern of wanting to win, so desperate to be right, to be the winner, to get others to believe that they're liars and they're wrong. It's like, what in the fuck is going on with people? They don't think. This is literally the problem of our society today. People do not stop and think, why am I doing this? What is the intention? What am I hoping to gain?
That's what I wonder every day, every single day when you have Margo and Moose up on the panel, because I'm 20 minutes late.
I opened the panel and,
Okay. Well, I mean, just, whatever. You know what it is.
Here's something I tried getting across It was awkward the other day, but our purpose, our role is to learn how to be us. We only live right now. So, and each of us has our own path, right? We don't get to control others. We don't get to control much other than what is within us. And so the goal is to live our best life as you, to live as, that's my goal every day, is to live my best life as the best version of me. And in doing so, each of us, we've got to figure out what is relevant to me. What is relevant to the life I'm living, to the goals I'm pursuing? What is relevant to this path? And all of these arguments and disagreements, dude, most of them are irrelevant. Right? And
no
then,
shit.
well, and
Yeah.
so then when you've got people living many hours of their lives in these irrelevant disagreements, well, while it may be entertaining, but is there any relevance?
But I mean,
People become irrelevant.
It is worth actually, considering the question of why you do it every day. And I'm not talking about here, like I'm not looking for an answer, but you should know the answer.
I do. I believe in my heart.
If you tell me that you believe in people, I'm going to call bullshit.
But hey, I also got to give you credit, Jack. I got to give you credit here and think about this. I know you get frustrated sometimes with how it goes, but you have also given the people a platform where it's not me, even though you hear a lot of bullshit. Okay. So you got to understand a lot of people do come here because you're not the god of media. You're not the narcissist. And so they appreciate you being open, whether or not you get frustrated all the time. I get it, Jack.
I mean,
just
when
remember,
that's the
you are on
comparison
a
that you're
different...
making, then everybody, like literally every other stream on YouTube is going to be good by comparison.
Right. So you're doing your work. You're putting in work, Jack. And again, you are about the we versus the me. And that's a good thing. So I know it gets frustrating, dude, even with me. But remember, there's reasons why. And it's a roller coaster, right?
This is the key. I was thinking about this earlier along these lines of determining what is relevant, what is relevant for our life and what we're trying to do, and then figuring out how am I relevant to now. When I was a union guy, the focus from the bosses was always to cut jobs. So I would often ask my coworkers, how do you justify your job? Right? What is your part in this process? What sustains, you having this job continuing? Well, to a lesser degree, we can do that in our own lives. How do we justify our role in the world from where we are? And can we accept our worthiness that we are justified in the world from where we are and how we are? Because the whole goal is to learn how to find peace within yourself, regardless of what the world brings, these ups and downs, these highs and lows, the pains, the losses, the gains. It's all temporary. It's all part of the experience. And yesterday with Machine Lies, for those who didn't see, we had that beautiful conversation on time.
Yep.
My goal, literally, is simply to encourage others to do the right thing. And what is right? What is right is helping each other, sharing what is truthful, what is honest, what is kind.
Somebody's ankle monitor went off.
I think that was my...
that was Jack's phone.
It's your PO. He wants that UA before office closes.
No, dude. I was thinking about this morning. My life, it makes no sense how I came to this point, how my life brought me to here. A faith in God is something I never thought I'd want, something I didn't realize I needed. I am so grateful, so grateful for the
That was a
faith.
drawn out, so it cracked me up.
Well, it's true. I mean, and I honestly think within each of us, anyone who's listening, within each of us is the ability to change our perspective, to find appreciation and gratitude, even in those things we don't like, right? Because when you can find great gratitude, even for the things you don't like, man, the things you like, dude, those are just icing and blessings. And the only way to learn how to appreciate, oh, that was my other thought with the thumbnail, to expand faith, surrender from selfishness. Selfishness hides our gratitude, right? And so, what was the thought I had? Gratitude, faith, and generosity. Gratitude, faith, and generosity. I think those go together.
Like money, clothes, cars, and hoes.
No, it was gratitude, faith, and love. Sorry. Gratitude, faith, and love. They're intertwined, right? Without one of those, the others are absent. You're not going to have faith in something you don't love or you're not grateful for, and all the way around. But any one of those forces, if you can find in your mind through something revealed in your day, if you can find some gratitude, some faith, some love, that's what life's about. It really is. Because when we fill ourselves with gratitude, faith, and love, you got a lot of value to share. Because I think everyone can use a little more gratitude, faith, and love. And I am filled. I've got an abundance of gratitude, faith, and love. I really do. And it came from, guys, it's nothing mystical, magical. Maybe it was. Maybe that by God's grace, all things are possible, but it was a change in perspective. Change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. And change is the only constant. So if you can find gratitude for change, knowing that everything passes, the good, the bad, the painful, the new, it all passes.
Well, pain is actually a good thing because, like, pain warns you of the danger, so to speak. Like, if you prick your finger, it warns you don't put your finger there again, or, so to speak. So pain can actually be a good thing so many different ways. It's kind of like the refining we talked about. Change is hard, but the refining process is.
Pain, yes. There is a purpose for pain. These bodies, it's because of these bodies. Oh, that was the thought I had. Is the reminder. Everything we feel comes from inside. Even the pain we feel comes from inside, from within the body of who we are, the physical body, the emotional body, the mental body of who we are. All of our pains come from within. Well, guess what? So do the pleasures. So this world teaches us with the materialist consumer mindset. It teaches us to find value in other things and other people. But the value, gratitude, faith, and love, man. That's my new motto, I think. Do you guys think perspectives can change? Do you think people can redefine themselves?
I think perspectives absolutely can change, but I don't think that perspective defines things as much as you do. You have much more faith in changing mindset rather than changing the situation. And I think that, well, definitely you could use some more of my approach, but I could maybe also use some of your approach. Probably could, but whatever.
Hey, respect.
It's on two different spectrums.
But see, if you change the situation, right, then you don't have to like gaslight yourself into positivity where it's not natural. Because if you try to change your mindset too hard and it goes against your situation, then your thoughts, feelings, and actions are not aligned. They're disjointed.
Yes.
You can't stretch into dishonesty, I suppose is what I'm saying. So it's
okay.
easy. Yeah.
Yes. The mindset is a big part of it. I was thinking about this earlier. What changed in me? The honest truth is I'm living in the same house, same car, same body, for the most part. But what changed is I chose to become grateful for my body and everything that I have. At the same time, I also recognized it's not good enough anymore. I want greater for myself. And I chose, in 2018, I chose to invest, risk everything to try and create better for myself. I have not yet changed. However, I think we're ready, man. That's the idea.
I'm all about gratitude. Like, I'm a big fan of gratitude. I think that it's something people don't have enough of, but at the same time, I don't know how people are supposed to get it if they haven't really like lost it. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of people that really haven't had the experience. I don't think that would make them have gratitude.
I partially agree. I think people go through lives and they may take things for granted because they don't know any different. Right,
exactly. I mean, yeah, you can only engage in, I mean, if you don't have the experience, you don't have the experience. You can't know what you don't know.
Exactly. And that's where, honestly, that simple truth, reminding myself people don't know what they have not learned, help me stop being so damn judgmental of people.
You can understand something like intellectually and not have it sink in as a truth. You know what I mean? Like if you experience it.
Sorry. Yes.
Don't ever whisper that at me again.
Well, no, what first came to mind when you said that, I've noticed that in many people. And well, a recent example is Margo Davey. She's studied, she's been taught and has studied methods of psychology, but
and I think that she's chosen consciously to be the piece of shit that she is. 100%. That's why I have such a distaste for her. I don't think that she's ignorant or delusional. Like a lot of people, there's at least some degree of delusion. I think that she's just fully engaged with being the type, and she's not young. It's not like you can blame it on immaturity or she's full grown ass woman. Yeah. Well, there's not an excuse.
Hey, see the similarity.
She's just jumping on the bandwagon with Paul, and that's what she did.
No. She was against me before Paul, but both of them.
No, she saw he was doing it and then brought it to the internet world, is what I'm saying.
No, but Snafu,
yes.
Whatever.
She's
the optics are high, that's all I'll say.
The optics indubitably are high.
She has shown herself to be quite vindictive and cruel. So I believe your assessment is you're seeing through the fakeness, but I don't believe she even realizes what she's doing.
Well, probably if you let her come into your life again, she'll change. So we should try again tomorrow. Margo, you should come back tomorrow, and then we'll. It's. I'm just kidding.
Oh my gosh.
Well, that's one of the things she's used against me. Is,
no shit. That's what everybody uses against you.
I offered to pay money for her and a witness to come and have a conversation with me, because I know if she fucking talked to me,
if I was in the room with same room with you, I'd light you just on fire.
My views on money are stupidity. Hey, the money thing, look, when I'm looking at the potentiality of reuniting with my family or getting justice with the old employment crap, if I'm looking at those opportunities,
that's
fucking
not
money.
What money I get it. I agree, but that's not what Margo will ever bring. I think that you're self-sabotaging.
If you
put your trust and faith and money into Margo to solve these problems, that's a self-sabotage.
No, it was a long time ago. A thought I entertained for like a day.
Okay, well,
and it was a long time ago, and she refused to physically meet me at any place, even with a witness. She just
she did you a favor. Man. She did you a favor.
Well,
for sure.
You know what? Everyone did me a favor when they left me.
Well, that took a dark, weird turn.
Well, it's the truth. It is the truth. It's how I found God. I wouldn't have had time to study and learn or to meditate and to figure myself out had I not. Well, I'm telling you, my story, I committed myself to greater, which turned out to be God. Once I got clarity, I was committing to God. I just didn't realize it. But once I did that, all my other commitments were gone, dude. I was no longer a dad. I was no longer an employee. I was no longer a union guy.
See, this is where I think that our head and our heart start going in opposite directions. I think that that's too much of an overstep. Obviously, I can't prove it. You know better than I do, but I definitely don't believe that. I don't believe it, and if you believe it yourself, I think that is not healthy.
What if that's what the facts show?
No, you don't have facts. These are sentiments about meaning behind events that happen. We can't have facts about meaning.
That's what all explanations are, is just meanings behind facts and events.
I think that if you try to make the meaning out of your family situation be a positive one, that's dark.
Why?
That's not a good step, because I'm not I don't feel like we need to have this conversation here because it's too obvious. It's too obvious.
Well, I could be angry. I was angry about it. I was sad. I was regretful. I was a lot of different things about it. And then I figured out, holy shit, this is God's world. This isn't my life. I'm just like a fucking passenger.
Nope. Don't agree with that either. Absolutely don't agree with that either.
You know, for someone who says that they're going to move forward, you still talk a lot about me, Paul. Just had to say it.
Paul's not here, dude.
He's in chat. All his little people, Gorilla Gems. Yes, he is. He's been in chat off and on, Jack.
I think that's in your brain, Snafu.
Look at his title. Oh, his channel. Snafu style. Like, again, he says he wants to move forward from all the fucking piece of shits. He hasn't done one show where he hasn't talked about us for months. I'd like to see him prove what he keeps doing.
We were in the middle of
whiny bitch for the last 2 weeks.
Self-delusions.
Right.
Or just sort of just pointing at him. I don't really want to unpack them all the way. There's a lot. What?
I understand the doubts, and I can even understand the rejection of my narrative, but the facts are what they are.
No.
And the result is...
No, meaning is interpreted. It's not factual. That's the wrong metric.
Where can we agree?
That's a good question.
I on this topic, as far, I mean, do you care about your son?
Of course I do.
So we agree there.
Deeply.
Then from there, to draw the conclusion that the situation is good because God wants it, is the wrong solution, the wrong narrative to tell yourself, because it enables you to check out and the situation to be unresolved.
I can understand that. The reality is it allows me peace, because when I realize here,
okay,
I'm helpless. Flo, I am absolutely helpless I brought this up earlier, and this was part of my thought process. I have no control over how anyone sees me. And since people don't experience me, right? Margo refused to have coffee. My son, my friends, people from the past, they refuse to even have a conversation. Since they don't see me, I have nothing to offer them to help change their mind.
And I'm kind of uncomfortable doing this here publicly, but I'm going to so stop me if
you can take it very easily
before you get pissed off, right? If I start to piss you off, but
yeah. Just try to understand what he says. You might take it not the right way at first, but he's trying to be good with you. I get what he's doing there.
It's snafu, but I think I got it.
Thanks.
Fuck, oh dear, I just forgot where I was.
I was afraid of that.
Oh, well, you can't. That's correct. You can't control everyone, but you said you can't change their minds. That's the issue. That's probably why nobody wants to meet and talk with you, because you have an agenda, and it is to change their minds. It's not to hear them.
Wait, whoa, please. Let's not get to that conclusion. I want to talk.
Is that not a safe conclusion to draw?
I want answers. Okay. I would like to know, what the hell did I do to be thrown away out of the lives of these people? I mean, I've admitted everything I've done.
Could you accept that sometimes we never get answers in situations? Just curious if you accept, like, sometimes we never get answers on situations, Snafu. Not yours particular, but
yes. Hey, Snafu. Yes, I've considered that. That's just unhelpful fucking interjection. Yes,
yeah, and I don't think that that's something that I would accept either. Just like, oh, won't know.
Right. Thank you. I mean, this is my fucking son. Here's where I'm at.
So, well, I just want to clarify. I would maybe actually with my own dad, we did just move forward and ignore the past. We never tried to resolve the past, which was good. I think is the only way it could have worked. So I don't know if answers is the thing, but I wouldn't accept defeat.
I haven't, but here's the deal. God has proven to me this. I've said this before. I used to judge the Christians because of this helpless, hopeless belief. I now understand that. Now,
that's not a good sign. That's not a good sign. You joined the ranks of the helpless, Jack.
Well, brother.
And you're putting yourself there.
God controls all results. All opportunities come from God. It's our job. It's our job to pay attention for opportunities, to try and influence in order for opportunities to emerge. And it's our role to pursue success. Now, I do that in every day in any ways that I can for the purposes of how do I improve? How does my life improve? What can I do to make things change?
But did you understand what I said about the attitude that you would bring to the conversations?
Yes.
You see how it's combative.
Well, here's the thing.
I'm not saying that you're wrong. I didn't say that you're wrong. I just want you to acknowledge that it is combative.
It is.
And I want to put you guys kind of jumped on my ass when I said, have you got to the understanding? Because what if it's not your fault, Jack, that you don't get the answers? Say influences, right? Can influence people, right? And you've been working to try connect, but there's other influences.
Can you just like fuck off?
No, I'm serious. You guys jumped on me, but some people
we're having a conversation.
Your narrative has no fucking connection to what is relevant, what is real.
So if
I
people,
don't see how
I guess the
you're
question is, it's like your son has had many opportunities to reach out to you, right?
there's been many days. Every
Why do
day
you
is
think
an
he's not?
opportunity for him to reach out to me. Yes.
Right, and that's his choice. Not you. You have
So
no
what is
power
your
or control over
point?
that.
What is your fucking point, Snafu? You interrupted me. What is your point?
Chaos.
The point is no, I think I'll tell you off. I don't want you to get all triggered.
That's good.
Yeah, you're projecting the reactions because you have no fucking control over yourself. The trigger you see is a result of your repeated interruptions and the interruptions that lack any relevance. It's just a fucking thought that comes into your head.
Can we just
Hey,
if we're gonna,
back to what
if
you
we're
were
gonna keep
saying,
having
dude.
this conversation, I want to do it without Snafu here. So
Yeah.
if you don't want to have it, like if it's done, whatever. I don't care.
No,
But
actually, that's probably more productive, and that way it
it's
just avoids the
100,000% more
temptation.
productive.
Hey, you asked the question about would I be combative and engaging.
Well,
Flo,
I just
what
wanted
you
you to
said,
understand that you're the perspective that you bring just now, even talking about it hypothetically, is a combative one. It's not a receptive one.
well, okay, that's one way of looking at it, certainly. The other side that I do see it is I am standing up for what is true. Yes, there's and what you said, people are avoiding me because I want the truth to be shown. That's why my union reps avoid me. It's why my fucking neighbor avoids me. It's why the postal managers avoid me. It's why my ex-wife avoids me, because I want the truth to be shown.
Meaning is actually the meaning, or you're dealing with things that don't have a measurable. You can't calibrate the amount of truth in somebody else's perspective or in a relationship. So when you're thinking about something like,
Flo,
what?
You can see clear patterns of avoidance and denial.
That's true.
Right? Margo's shown that. The avoidance and denial from the people I know. Here, tomorrow, fuck oh dear. Tomorrow is a union meeting, okay? The place where I was the local president, I was on the executive board, and the place I used to be in charge of, they're meeting again tomorrow after the summer break, and I'm still trying to find a witness, someone willing to go and help me resolve any disagreements. So Margo showed up today. I was hoping we could resolve something from her, but you think
that God is telling you to move the fuck on from
where?
Some of these,
to where?
Well, I don't know. I have no idea.
Okay, so I have thought of that, and I've scoured my mind. I've pursued my heart. Where should I go?
Well, I don't know that it's something that I think that you can just think up. I think that it's something that you have to just go out and engage the world and see what it brings to you.
It brings me, as I've said, and I'll continue doing until things change.
Well,
and eventually things will change. And
my point wasn't that I know what you should be proactively doing, but I know that in my personally, when shit fell the fuck apart, I took that as my sign to walk away, right? And
I did, Flo. I walked away,
but your
and
head
I've
is
allowed
still
time
back at
to pass. I've allowed time to pass, and I've allowed people to grow, and I've focused on growing myself. But the thing is, I did nothing wrong. I'm not the one who's in the wrong here, and I'm trying.
You haven't moved on from it.
So you say.
I mean, you just remembered when your union meeting was.
I have moved. All right, fuck, whatever. Yep, you're right. You found a contradiction.
I mean, there's nothing.
Totally ignored the point, obviously, but
the point is that you're right.
The point is I have been punished because of what people think, not what is true. And what you're saying, yep, I'm trying to bring the truth forward, and I still got a bunch of people in denial and avoidance, and they want to continue believing that, like Margo said, the children in my neighborhood are in danger. Oh my God.
I mean, I guess here's what I'm. If let's say that you got a witness. Let's say you got what you want, right? You got a witness. You got the truth out. The record was set straight. Then what? Do you want to be back with that union? Are you on good terms with these people? Like, would you want that shit back? Or would it have been just sort of like a aha moment that actually didn't have much of a climax afterwards?
Here's part of why people avoid me is because resolving the relationships here around me is just step one.
Oh, well, you know why they're avoiding you at least. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Yeah. Go on. What's step two?
Well, step one, I resolve the misunderstandings with my local union reps and maybe a couple of the local managers. We were all friendly when I was employed and worked together, so I don't see why they'd be opposed to it. But so say I overcome the disagreements and conflicts with the local union rep, local managers. They can call their boss. In Denver, that boss can call the people in DC, both in the union and at the Postal Service. Since the situation stands, a man with 2 enlistments, active duty, 28 and a half years total federal service, honorable, no patterns of disciplinary actions. There was no crime committed by me. I am an innocent man whose career was wrongfully ended due to incompetence upon the leadership. So it just so happens I'm pretty good with leadership and negotiations when given an opportunity. So I think the wrongful termination of a man like me here in Spokane is worthy of conversations with my union president and the postmaster general in DC. And based upon the past liability, because this is an abnormal situation, the normal arbitration process and stuff, it's not going to work in this situation. So we'll just have to resolve these things like adults. And I have faith that justice can be served, particularly when the people who did wrong admit they were wrong. And then other people will say, all right, well, what can we do to help fix this? And then, based on the fact that I'm not technically eligible for retirement as a federal employee by their rules for another 7 years, 2030 is my retirement age. So there's roughly, based on past wage that's been denied and the potential future employment opportunities have been denied, there's about $1 million
in pension or whatever,
in denied wages, in wage liability. And
so I mean, are you counting wages that for the time that you weren't working? Or
yes, yep, the time, because I'm alleging that the entire time they denied me return, and I tried to return to work many different ways and many different occasions, and they denied that from me. So just wages alone from 2018 until 2030, potentially $1 million there. So
are you in talks with a lawyer?
Well, I've tried attorneys, and I'm still looking for a courageous attorney, some of those who might be willing to think outside of the box and try some new strategies of appealing the oppression. But I've not found humans, attorneys or otherwise, willing to cooperate. But I still hold faith this can happen, because if I can get to that level, right, the first step is just people here in town. But if I can get people in positions of authority, well, then through the connections of the labor union, I believe others will think like me, and that we can get out a call to action through the workers movement, through the combined efforts around the world. We can create a call to action and a movement. At that same time, Postmaster General can help me get in front of citizens of Congress and Joe Biden.
Let me steelman you. It sounds like you are requesting conversations with a bunch of people, and you say that you're confused about why they won't meet with you, but really they won't meet with you because you want to discuss you getting retribution on them, basically.
No. Well, that it can be perceived as that. And I appreciate you pulling this other side. It can certainly be perceived as that.
What
really,
incentive do they have to meet with you then?
My son or my
anybody who you need to correct, right?
Oh, well, this is where I know there's not a lot. I don't have a lot of testimonies or people to stand with me, but I actually love who I am.
No, I'm talking about just the incentive. If everything's exchanged, right? Like, so what purpose? If they're gonna lose in these conversations, what incentive does anybody have to want to meet with you?
Oh, because there's the very real possibility. There's a very real possibility this is all God's plans, and that the purpose is to end wars and bring peace to the world. It's very possible.
If you want people to be held accountable for shit, like, and which is what it sounds like you want, the people that you want to talk with them about holding them accountable for something that is wrong.
Hey, Flo, who are you talking about? Because see, here's the ego. It gets off in.
No, it's not the ego. I might be confused. I'm trying to suss this out.
All I'm trying to do is get people in Spokane to talk to me, people from my past. That's all I'm trying to do, honestly. And I've tried journalists, I've tried attorneys, I've tried many different ways, but for whatever reason, this is the life we are living. And I used to be real angry and I'm still confused. I still don't know what the fuck is going on. And I'm saying, hey guys, it's a crazy story. I believe God is involved, and whoever wants to try and help me figure it out, please do.
I'm trying to explain it to you because it's not complicated. Like the dynamics involved, you're not wanting to hear it. And I don't know if it's consciously or unconsciously, but so here, let me use an analogy. The way that the Justice Department awards grants and stuff to smaller local police departments is structured in a way that keeps crime happening, right? The incentives are it's for number of arrests, right? Number of drug arrests, number of gun arrests. It's never for the safest community. And so really what you've got a situation where they're getting paid. They're incentivized to have crime. The cops are incentivized to have crime. In that sense, I say that, well, exactly what I said. So, because I view everything as incentive based, right? It doesn't matter what people say they're doing or say they want or say their purpose is. When you look at the mechanics of why they're doing what they want, what they're doing and what they're rewarded for, that's what really matters, because that's what translates into behavior. The dynamics that the conversations you're trying to have with people, it doesn't sound to me like there's any incentive for them to have them. Is that right or wrong?
It's wrong.
It sounds okay. What is the incentive? Because it sounds like you have a grudge with them.
No, exactly opposite. These people have chosen to have grudges with me, and I'd like to know why.
Are you open to hearing why if they tell you, or is this about correcting them?
Well, I actually care about what is true. So of course, if they come out with delusions of Jack, you're crazy, you're worthless, you did this and did that, and I'm like, no, I really didn't.
Are you open to? And I agree that there's like attacks that are untrue, but it doesn't sound like you. Are you open to learning something, or maybe you were wrong in a way that you didn't know about? Like I learned a lot of shit about myself when I got divorced. Right? I'm not the perfect. I realize I'm not actually easy to get along with. What?
Flo, come on now.
What? I mean, I'm listening to your narrative. The words that you choose to use is what I'm paying attention to.
But you're denying many of the words I've chosen to repeat, and it blows my mind. Okay, so
Like which one?
you're questioning, and I understand. I respect your doubt. Okay.
And if you, like I said, I would rather not have this conversation if it's going to go down, because I'm trying to be useful and not.
Hey, Flo,
Yeah.
you are.
Right.
I feel like you are, because it's helping the story come out. There's many people who don't know what's going on, and I have been saying a lot of things. My life, like you said, you went through a life-changing event and your fucking life changes. Yep, amen. In 2018. Okay, first, remember, I was an alcoholic. I got sober in 16. I was doing my meetings and I was working on improving my health a little bit. And in 2018, a year and a half after I got sober, I chose to improve me, to become better. As I chose to do that, Flo, after stopping drinking, that's when everyone turned against me. So, dude, my life, I didn't just lose. The marriage had been over. I was done with that. But actually getting over a relationship with another woman was actually what inspired my transformation. But 2018, I lost my career. I lost my time with my son, who was my best. He was my fucking reason for living, man. He and I were so close. It blows my mind that this has happened, that I never got a second chance. I never got an opportunity to say, hey, Jack, this is what we think you did. Why did you do that? None of that. It's like,
and I suppose that's why I get it. Like, you know, as a father, I get it. Like, kids are important. That's why I kind of want to help this, I suppose. But like, it looks to me like the options you've got to work with are that people are saying, no, we're not going to proceed forward on the terms that you're demanding.
No one's saying anything to me whatsoever.
I mean, but that's the statement, right? That is what's being communicated, though, by their silence.
I guess we can interpret it however we want. I'd rather ask them. I'd rather stop guessing and ask them, what's going on? Because the behavior makes no sense. But then again, the behavior of Joe Biden, the fact that these wars are continuing, we still got fucking people sleeping in streets. None of this makes any sense to me. But I think God is involved in this, honestly, and could be great news. The idea of ending wars. I just want to try. And you know what? I'd love to restore my family and my reputation along the way. That's why I'm trying. I'm doing what I can. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
We've got someone who says they can help.
Hey, Jack, I have a confession to make.
How so?
Jack, it's me. It was me.
No
the whole
way.
time. It's the Lumitami. It's
No
the Lumitami. It was me. It's not really Jesse Ventura. We're Braxis.
What's he doing
you guys
here? He
are
wants
so
the $6
busted.
refunded.
I got you. I got all of you. Even the chat didn't know.
Thank you, Tommy. I love you, man. That does help.
Listen. See, it's not me. The buds training. Now, Jack,
that's crazy how he did that.
And I'm still going to help with your thing, Jack, but when you pushed me back from talking to Flo, you're defending the Antichrist people, because that's my beef with him. Last night hold on, let me finish. You've been talking for an hour. Let me finish, Jack. Last night I told you guys in an endearing jest, I was like, I love Sophia as long as we don't let her venture into the woods alone. You have to send someone with her. That's not her strong point, to go in the woods alone.
Funny. That was pretty funny.
Right. And that's exactly why, I'm the strongest standing Jesus follower that was there last night. And you guys taunted her. You ran her beliefs into the dirt. And I could have answered every question you non-believers had. Because Jesse even opened with, I didn't say, stop talking.
No,
Jesse even opened.
You let God
down. Are
you
gonna just? I'll give you a turn.
You how you could be allowed back on the panel. I gave
no, see, you're making it about your mod god powers, and those are irrelevant. You will never be cool with me again. You're a godless bastard. Now let me finish.
If you really cared about God more than you cared about your ego, you would have adjusted.
It was my panel. Are you done?
Sorry.
You want to be a man? You want to act like you got a wife and kids and talk to me like a man?
I'm here.
Now,
I'm on
camera. You knew she was the weakest link as far as standing on that kind of questioning.
Tommy.
And you guys, like the godless fucks you are, use that as an opportunity to slander my beliefs to my face, to keep me imprisoned while I can't speak for anything.
Tommy.
Now tell me how much honor and integrity you have, faggot.
Listen to me. I care more about my stream than I care about your God. You
I don't give a fuck about your
than you care about your
stream.
God. So neither of us cares about your God as much as our own.
No.
If you want to defend God, then you have to behave better.
No, that's not what was happening. That's not what was happening. You guys were asking questions. I had the answers. You don't really want the answers. You wanted to make a fool of Sophia. And like you wanted to make her a representative of Christianity, and you wanted to drive her through the dirt.
Okay. We're at a new point. Let's wrap it.
Okay, Jack, before we wrap it up, I'll give Flow State some credit. He just hit the X marks the spot that I remembered was the day you realized you would never be my friend again. Do you remember what day that was?
Yesterday.
Yeah, real funny, Flow State. Now, Flow State, I'm telling you,
told me.
I'm telling you, Flow State, the conversation you don't want to have is why you need not follow me to panels.
Okay.
I don't follow you to panels, Tommy. Jesus.
Yeah. Thank you.
He was on my fucking panel.
Yep. Amen. Praise be.
Praise God or something.
Hello. Thank you, brother.
I'm out of here.
Hey, and you know what? I understand your doubts are reasonable. Okay.
Yeah.
But there is something mysterious. I don't claim to know all the answers in the big picture or even what's going on in my life.
Crazy thing is you do know the answer. You know exactly the answer.
I know it's God.
No, it's the ego.
No, the ego is what I've been facing, dude.
I know.
Paul's ego, Margo's ego, my ex-wife's, everyone's ego. Dude, that's where I learned that this authority bullshit, it's all a game for the ego.
Okay. You're right. I've said what I wanted to say. I'll just let that sit in the back of your brain. Put your address text me your address. I'm going to send you a book.
Will do. Flo, thank you, brother. I appreciate your participation, your energy, and the challenging in the conversations. And brothers and sisters, all of those who joined the panel, joined the chat, who may tune in at a later time, thank you. Sincerely, thank you. I am grateful to share, and I'm grateful for those of you who share your attention, your time. I hope some value was offered. I think it was. The ideas, though, honestly, what I found so helpful for myself is, number one, increasing my practice of gratitude consciously. I mean, recognize this. Life is a gift. It is a gift to be you. It's a gift to know you. It's a gift to know those who love you. Sometimes it's easy to lose sight of those people who love you, the people, including yourself. Self-love, man, it is important. If you can find peace within you, to be you, as you, with you, on your path each day, won't you be grateful to share? And that's why we're here, brothers and sisters. It's shown through nature, the abundance of life and the way nature just freely gives and produces. That's how life is. We are free. We are naturally free. I'm going to wrap this up, but a reminder, kind of off topic, but something talked about before. We're made in the image and essence of our Creator. And the image and essence of our Creator is freedom. And if you're going to be free, be proud, be grateful, be trusting, be faithful, be happy, be joyful, be present. That was the key. Be present, right? Life is a gift. It's revealed through moments. And at each moment, we want to be present, especially with those who you love. So till next time, brothers and sisters, enjoy the evening. Share some joy, share some love, share some gratitude just for being. And peace for everyone. Live without fear. God bless us all. Thank you.